Hello guys, so welcome back to another videos of AJ classes. Today we are going to prove that root 5 is an irrational number. Likewise, we previously proved that root 3 is irrational number. Similar way, we will prove that root 5 is irrational number. So for this, first to prove this, first let us consider that root 5 is a rational number. So doing this in using the method of contradictions, we have to prove that root 5 is irrational number. So let us first to consider that root 5 is a rational number. That means we can express root 5 in the form of p by q. We know that rational numbers that can be expressed in the form of p by q, and where q is not equal to 0. So let p and q have some common factors. So let us consider that p and q that we express root 5 in a rational number that have present some common factors of both p and q. Now dividing p and q with their highest common factor or HCF. Now what we'll do, we'll divide the both p and q with their highest common factor, such that now we'll get root 5 is equal to a by b, where b is not equal to 0, and where a and b are co-prime numbers. So what are co-prime numbers? The two numbers which have not more than one prime factor, that is only one is the prime factor. Like we'll consider the example of 4 and 5. Both are factors. 4 are factors 2, 1 and 4. 5 are factor 1 and 5. Both have highest common factor 1. So that are known as co-prime numbers. Those numbers which have highest common factor 1 are known as co-prime numbers. Then now what we'll do, squaring on both sides. Now squaring on both sides, what we will get, that root 5 whole square is equal to a square by b square. This implies we will get that 5 is equal to a square by b square. This implies 5b square is equal to a square. From this you can see that this 5 is a factor of a square. We can write that 5 is a factor of a square, and from the theorem we can also write that 5 is a factor of a. If a number is a factor of its square, then this will also be factor of the number itself. If 5 is a factor of a square, then 5 will also be a factor of a. Similarly, let we consider that a is some multiple of 5. Let we consider that a is equal to 5c. Let put this as equation 1, and now putting the value of a in equation 1, what we will get, that 5b square is equal to 5c whole square. This implies that 5b square is equal to 25c square, and from this we will get that b square is equal to 5c square. And this we can, from here we can write that, that 5 is a factor of b. From here we get two things, that the 5 is a factor of a and also 5 is a factor of b. That means 5 is factor of both a and b. From here we can get that 5 is factor of both a and b. But remember, in the beginning we have considered that both a and b are co-prime numbers, but now we get 5 is the factor of both a and b. That means our assumption is wrong, that this contradicts This contradicts to the fact that this contradicts to the fact that A and B are co-prime numbers. So therefore our assumption is wrong and root 5 is irrational number. So the overall proof is something like this. What we are doing, that when we are doing to prove that root 5 is a irrational number, first we are considering that root 5 is a rational number, that is root 5 is equal to p by q, where q is not equal to 0. Then let we consider that p and q have some common factors. Let we have taken the highest common factor of p and q and divide both p and q with their highest common factors. Then we will get root 5 in the form of fraction a by b, where a and b are co-prime numbers. Now what we will do, that root 5 is equal to a by b. Now we will do squaring on both sides. So what will we get? Root 5 whole square is equal to a square by b square, and we will get 5 is equal to a square by b square. That is 5b square is equal to a square. That means 5 is a factor of a square. And similar way, according to the theorem, we know that if a number is a factor of its square, that will be the factor of the number itself, that will be 5 is a factor of a. So let we consider that a is some multiple of 5, that is a is equal to 5c. So now putting the value of a in equation 1, what we will get, that 5b square is equal to 5c square. Instead of this a, we will put 5c, the 5b square is equal to 5c whole square, that will be 5b square is equal to 25c square. That means the b square is equal to 5c square. So 5 is a factor of b. From here we get two things. One is 5 is a factor of a and 5 is a factor of b. That means a and b are not co-prime numbers. So this contradicts to the fact that a and b are co-prime. So our assumption that what we have taken here, that root 5 is rational, is wrong. That means root 5 is irrational number. If you understand this topic very well, like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.